We have 70 employees that work for our department, and we're responsible for 30,000 students on this campus and enforcing the parking rules and regulations.
And the previous handheld we used sometimes was rugged enough, sometimes wasn't. Out in the field for a parking enforcement officer can be a pretty tough environment for the equipment. And so one of the things we were looking for was equipment that would actually allow the officers to do their jobs without having to worry about the weather or bumping into vehicles and bumping into cars. And the other thing that I think really sold us was the ability to have a Windows-based environment so that they could check their emails and access calendars and do all of those office type things that it's really hard for a person out in the field to do.
Current handhelds that we have are over 6 years old. They're at the end of their life cycle. So we realized that and we need to make a change. Did a lot of looking around, looked at several different manufacturers, had I think three other models that we put through the ringer and tested. And we were just about to purchase one when Stephen Lambert contacted Panasonic and had one out to us, and the rest was history with that. I mean, it really outperformed the other ones in size and weight and ruggedness. Really impressed us, so we knew that it was going to be a good fit for us.
We recently acquired 25 Toughbooks to enforce the football game day tailgate parking. We had issues with fraudulent passes and passes being passed back and too many vehicles in a lot, causing a high-dollar donor to basically get mad and upset about not having a spot to park.
So what we decided to do was to put a barcode on these permits, unique to each permit and each game. So when they come in, we scan the permit. The application has an in and out button. Very simple with the touch screen. They're able to just touch the in button. The customer's on their way. The wait time, there's not a whole lot of wait time, which was a big concern before we got there, or before we rolled it out. And it's really improved efficiency, and it's cut down on the passing back of permits and the fraudulent permits considerably.
Our biggest challenge is making sure that the data is accurate, real time, and the Toughbook gives us the communication capacity to keep that data refreshed as it comes in and changes.
One of the applications that they wrote was actually to track the battery power and network status and communication status of those Toughbooks. And so they've actually set up a network center where they can watch those Toughbooks and solve the problems for the users in the field before they ever know they have them.
This is our machine dashboard we've built to monitor all the machines out in the field. They basically communicate back to us and let us know network status, battery status, and all sync intervals and the data being synced.
The best thing that we've noticed with the U1s is everything works. They're built well. The barcode is not trivial. The wireless broadband and the wireless, they work. And that was one thing that we found out with the other tablets, was the fact that the client software and the way that they were put together was just, it just wasn't as good as what we got with the U1.
The U1 has definitely made our life easier. It's easy to maintain.
I highly recommend, because it is the new technology that's going to be able to help you and your university to take care of business the way you need to take care of business.
I've been very impressed with it. It's been a good product.
The fact that it does have the capability of having a solid state drive and a good amount of RAM, we're able to, it's upgradable. It's not something that's going to be obsolete in the next 2, 3, 4 years.
Everything's just better about them. Actually, like the keyboard itself on there, the old ones, they don't have a keyboard on there like that, so it's just so much better.
It's cool because those guys can actually see in lifetime if we have a problem before we even know out here. They'll come out and say, hey, we got to change batteries, or we got to switch notebooks with you just because there's something wrong with it or whatever. Luckily for me and my partner here, my brother-in-law, we haven't had any problems other than just needing to change out batteries.
When we send the U1 out in the field, we know it has the capabilities we need, and we know it will work.
The response back from the patrons has been very positive. We've not gotten nearly as many complaints, and that's kind of our measure for how well we're doing with the application. That there aren't as many people calling on Monday morning after game saying, hey, I couldn't find a parking spot, or the lot was full. So it's been a great process.